Hey guys, it's Dr. Paul Martin with Brain Life Chiropractic. Recovered from having a little bit of a virus over the weekend, but it got me thinking about symptoms again. I had this video just recently about do you really want to be pain-free? And I thought I would take it out to a little bit further. And really, the whole point of what I'm trying to say is that it's important for us to listen to our bodies. It's important to listen to our symptoms, and that these symptoms serve a purpose, and that we don't want to just get rid of them. I can't say this enough. It's important. It's really important for true health. This really ties into a deeper philosophical understanding of chiropractic philosophy, of the science of how and why the body works the way it does. And if we step back and we believe that the body wants to be healthy and is in fact always working towards that, then symptoms don't just happen. Symptoms aren't just a mistake. They're there for a reason. They serve some sort of a purpose, So if the goal that you have for yourself is to be healthy, to strive for healing, then I think it behooves us to listen to our symptoms and try and take actions in accordance with those symptoms. I think many people just want pain to go away, and I don't blame them. Pain sucks. It's terrible. I don't want to be in pain. I was miserable over the weekend, and I didn't like it one bit. But I took no medication to try and get rid of it. I was a little nauseous, but I didn't do anything to try and ease my nausea per se. I wasn't hungry, so I didn't eat. I was a little bit thirsty, so I drank sparingly. And then I just listened to my body's cues. When I was uncomfortable, I moved and tried to get up when I felt restless, and then sit back down when I needed rest. And 24 hours later, I was feeling quite a bit better. I think we think, thanks to that there was a major promise of science and medicine in the 60s and 70s that it was going to solve all of our ills, that we were going to, unlock with each, we were one discovery away from unlocking the secret to what it would take to be healthy, and then we were just going to basically hack our way to health, and we could be however we wanted to be. And that really has not materialized. If anything, I think we've started to come back full circle to more of an ancestral understanding of how health and the body works, and how it's important not to sort of push these goals on top of our physiology, but rather to listen to our physiology and to abide by it. Greater living through chemistry may have short-term benefit, like keeping us alive, for example, or helping us feel good in the moment. But there's always a downside. When we feel good in the moment, then we have to pay for it later. And so what I've seen instead is an increase in chronic disease. We have a lot of chronic disease now, and it's become a major drain on our economy. Chronic aches and pains, a decreased quality of life as we get older. And I think this philosophy helps to reverse that. As I approach my 41st birthday coming up in a couple of days, I'm starting to think about this more and more. I don't feel old. I'm not old. But there are many of my peers, my friends that I went to college with, who tell me that I am, and who feel old themselves. And I don't want that for anybody. Like when we have pain, it's telling us something. When we have nausea, it's telling us something. When we have a fever, that's telling us something. I had a low-grade fever over the weekend. It went up to 99.6, which for me is high. I normally sit around 97.2 or 97.6, somewhere in there. And so it was a good 2 degrees up for me, which is equivalent of just over 100 for most people. And it was not comfortable. But it was there for a reason, and I felt super weak. And I felt like I just wanted to stay in bed, so I did. Health is really about the proper functioning of the body. It is not just the absence of symptoms. Was my body healthy? I would argue that my body was healthy and in the middle of a healing crisis. I was never in any danger. I was dealing with it, and I had the opportunity to rest, so that's what I did. Do you know, and so I take this to the extreme just to prove this point. Health is not the absence of symptoms. In what state do you have the greatest absence of symptoms? Death. No symptoms in death. There are none. You're not even in your body anymore. There are no more symptoms. So that's not really the state that we're longing for, is it? We're not looking for an absence of symptoms. We want to feel, we want to experience. Now, symptoms tell us something, and I'm not saying that we want to just ignore them. Quite the opposite. I'm saying we want to know about them and be informed by them. We also don't want to obsess about every single little symptom. If I really tune into my body right now, I can tell that my posture is a little off because I've got this slight amount of tension in my right piriformis muscle, and so I don't really need to go there and go, oh wait, my posture isn't quite right. But if it gets to that point where it's irritating me, then yes, take action about that. Absolutely. So just listen to your symptoms, and if you need any help interpreting what those symptoms might mean, that's when you can do some research. You can ask a trained professional like myself, or a chiropractor, a medical doctor, or whatever. And you don't necessarily need to make it just go away either. Like with my fever, I didn't want that to go away. I mean, well, yeah, I wanted it to go away, but not until it had served its purpose. That higher temperature was killing the virus in my body, making it easier for my immune system to function. Very important. The malaise and the lassitude I felt kept me in bed so I could rest. The aches and pains kept me, a little restless, so that I was moving. So maybe I wasn't getting bed sores. I don't know what the point was of that exactly, but I mean, it serves a purpose, and I think that's an important thing to remember. So remember, no symptoms means death, and you don't deserve death. You deserve life, and what's more, you deserve to live a brilliant life. Remember to let it shine. All right, take care, everyone. Thank you.